Good day. At this point, we will discuss about perpendicularity. Let's deepen your understanding about perpendicularity. There are important words that we should always remember about perpendicularity. Come on, let's dive in and let's unlock their definition. First, we have perpendicular lines. When we say perpendicular lines, are the two lines that intersect to form right angles. Okay, perpendicular lines. There are two lines, okay? Two lines that intersect to form a right angle. For example, let's see this illustration. This is the first line and the second line. They are intersecting with each other. They intersect and they form a right angle. This one. So it is a perpendicular lines. The same with the second illustration is the first line and the second line, and that are intersect with each other and they form right angles, which is 90 degrees. The same with this side. They form right angles. Okay. Another, we have a perpendicular bisector. A perpendicular bisector of a segment is a line or a ray or another segment that is perpendicular to the segment and intersects the segment at its midpoint. This one. This is the this is this is the perpendicular bisector. Ito siya. Perpendicular bisector. It can be a line, it can be a ray. This is an example of array. Okay? This is an example of array. And or another segment that is perpendicular to the segment. This is the segment. Okay. And intersect to the segment at its midpoint. They intersect at the midpoint. This is the midpoint. At the center or the middle point of the segment. Therefore, this is a perpendicular bisector. It can be a line, or it can be a ray, or another segment. Therefore, the line XY, this one, is congruent to line YZ. Congruent meaning they are the same measurement. Okay. Another we have the perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance is the distance between two parallel lines. I know that you are very familiar with the parallel lines. This is the parallel lines. This one, this is the parallel line and another parallel line. And this one here, this line here is the perpendicular distance between the parallel lines. Okay? And it creates a right angle here and right angle here also. And here also, right angle here and right angle here. This is a perpendicular distance between the parallel lines. This is the parallel lines and this is the distance. Okay. There are things that we should always remember, that the small rectangle or square drawn in the corner indicates right angle. This one. This the small rectangle is a that indicate in the corner that indicates the right angle. This one and this one. Example. This is a right angle. When we see a small rectangle or a square, it is a right angle. And whereas this sign is the symbol, or a symbol is the symbol used to indicate perpendicularity. Pag makita nito siya, it is a perpendicular sign or perpendicularity. Okay, let's have an example. But to prove that two lines are perpendicular, you must show that one of the following theorems is true. This is not an example, but these are the theorems. First theorem, we have if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then they form four right angles. This one, this illustration. The two lines are perpendicular to each other. Then they will form four right angles. Okay, they form four right angles. This one, this is the two lines. Is the line M and the line N. And they intersect with each other. They are perpendicular to each other. They form four right angles. This one, the angle 1, the angle 2, the angle 3, and the angle 4. So, if M is perpendicular to N, then we can conclude that angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4 are right angles. The line M is perpendicular to N. Then we can conclude that angle 1, this angle 1, that the angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 are right angle. This one, angle 1, the angle 2, the angle 3, and the angle 4, they are right angle. The two lines are, therefore, the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Then, they form four right angles. Ito yung two lines, the line M and the line N. And we will write this as this one. M is perpendicular to N. Another theorem, that's number 2 theorem. If the angles in a linear pair are congruent, then the lines containing their sides are perpendicular. When we say linear pair, these are angles that are supplementary, meaning they are when we add up together, the angle has a sum of 180 degrees. Okay, this illustration, the L1 and the L2. The L1 and the L2, excuse me. They are congruent. Then the lines containing their sides are perpendicular. If angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair and angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, then line L1 is perpendicular to L2. If L1 L1 or the angle 1 rather, angle 1 and angle 2, this one, form a linear pair. They are this angle 1 is 90 degrees and the angle 2 is also 90 degree. When we add up together, the sum is 100 180 degree. So this is a linear pair and they are congruent because this side is 90 degrees and also this side is also a 90 degrees, so they are congruent. Then the lines containing their sides are perpendicular. This one, the L1 and the L2 are perpendicular. Therefore, we will write this one. L1 is perpendicular to L2. Now, let's proceed with another theorem. Number 3 theorem, or the last one. If two angles are adjacent, and complementary, when we say adjacent, they share common vertex. For example, this one. They form a they share common vertex, this one. Okay. Is the angle, the first angle and the second angle. The non-common sides are perpendicular. Okay. This illustration. I want you to observe this illustration. If angle CAR and angle AER are complementary and adjacent. The angle CAR and the angle EAR are complementary, meaning when we add up the two angles, the sum is 90 degrees and adjacent, or they share in the common vertex. This one, angle CAR the angle CAR and the angle EAR. Okay, CAR and angle EAR are complementary and adjacent. Complementary because when we add up together, the result, or the sum is 90 degrees, or they are right angle. And adjacent because they share in the same, or the common vertex, which is the A. Then we will write this one. Line AC is perpendicular to line EA. Okay, understood? Okay, and that's all for today for this point. And I hope you have understand what I have discussed. Thank you. That's all for today. Thank you and have a great day.